James Pearce. It seems barely a week goes by now without Luis Suarez adding to his personal awards collection. This time it's from Barclays.
Certainly has, yeah. You mean the Uruguayan's absolutely swept the board this season. I think it's fitting and only right that his achievements are recognised, and we've seen him pick up the PFA Player of the Year award, the Football Writers Footballer of the Year award. Obviously, he swept the board at the club's end of season do last week. And now Barclays have recognised his achievements, and and rightly so, because he's equalled the Premier League scoring record over a 38-game season, 31 league goals. First Liverpool player to pass that 30-goal mark since Ian Rush in the mid-80s, and he's proved himself to be a world-class talent this season. And there's been a lot of competition. You think of the season Yaya Toure has had at Manchester City, and maybe Vincent Kompany, another one who's probably pushed him hard. But Suarez is a worthy winner of all those awards.
And it has been a good season for Liverpool. We're a couple of days now from the close of it, and there was a little bit of disappointment, it has to be said, at Anfield on Sunday. You didn't go all the way, but most Reds fans would have bitten your hand off for second place at the start.
Yeah, I think it's probably mixed emotions, really. I think there was a kind of tinge of regret and sadness around Anfield on Sunday, and I think that probably still lingers a bit now amongst the fan base, because Liverpool was so close to the Holy Grail. 2 weeks previously, the fate was in their own hands. 7 points from 3 games. It felt like they had like an unstoppable momentum, dragging them towards that big prize. But ultimately, it wasn't to be. But I think when the dust has settled, I think the players and the staff will reflect upon a magnificent season. Because if you'd asked any Liverpool fan back in August whether they'd accept second place, they'd have absolutely bitten your hand off you. The target was to get back in the Champions League, and personally, I thought even that was going to be a big ask. I thought Liverpool would be around the fifth place in the Premier League, and to cement that top 4 finish so comfortably and push Manchester City, when you think of the money that's been invested there, to push them so close, has been a great achievement by everyone, and Liverpool have got a great platform to build on now.
And of course the players won't be out of action this summer. There's a World Cup coming up. Just concentrating on England, great news for the likes of Sterling, Sturridge, Gerrard, Henderson. Big representation from the Reds there, isn't there?
Certainly is, yeah. I mean, five players as expected in Roy Hodgson's 23-man squad, and young John Flanagan as well on the standby list. If Phil Jones doesn't prove his fitness, then Flanagan could end up going to Brazil, and that'll be some story when you think that this is a young player who back in October, November time, he couldn't even get a loan move to a Championship club, and it's been a complete transformation there, and it's just going to be a wonderful experience. I mean, obviously for the likes of Steven Gerrard and Glenn Johnson, they've been there before, but for Sterling and Sturridge and Henderson, I think they'll benefit a lot. They'll improve as players from the experience of being involved in the pinnacle of world football, and the hope is that they'll come back to Anfield as better players, and Liverpool will reap the benefits of that next season.
And of course it'll be a great shop window for Brendan Rodgers, won't it? It is for every football manager. You can have a look at who's out there and the ones to watch, but we could even do some business before the World Cup with Lallana, couldn't we?
Yeah, well, we know that Liverpool have put in a £20 million bid for Adam Lallana. I think there's no secret that he's at the top of Brendan Rodgers' summer wish list. I think he's a huge admirer of his talents, and I can see why, because I think he'd fit perfectly into Liverpool's attacking philosophy. You look at him. He's contributed, I think, 10 goals this season in a decent Southampton team, and he's proven quality. He's in the England's World Cup squad on merit, and I'm not surprised that Liverpool are trying to get that deal done before he goes off to Brazil, because I think if he shines over there, that price tag is only going to increase, and he's technically very good, and I can see him being a big hit at Anfield.